It's always fun to be in the know, to be the one who can say, I knew him when. Well, if you catch the play currently running at Tacoma Actors Guild, you'll be able to say that about Kyle MacLachlan.
It's funny, I haven't been on stage for a year and 2 months. I was thinking about that last night because I was nervous as heck.
Superstardom hasn't hit Kyle yet, but it's hanging right over his head, waiting to swoop down on the engaging 24-year-old from Yakima. Up to a year ago, his was the typical story. A theater degree from UW, a summer playing Romeo at the Oregon Shakespearean Festival, a part in Tartuffe at the Empty Space in Seattle. Who could have guessed he'd be snatched from that stage and offered the hottest role in Hollywood, the part of the young hero in the upcoming science fiction blockbuster, Dune.
I was just there, doing it, and I got a call from Paul Hostetler, who directed me in a play, Corn is Green, a long time ago. My girlfriend took it, and she told me about it, and then I got a call from the casting agent, and she said about, it's Paul, we're looking for a Paul in Dune, and I went, Paul in Dune? Jeez. I mean, it's happened to be one of my favorite books, right? And so it was, as if someone walked up to you and said, oh, you just won the lottery, you have $1 million now. It's like, it goes out for a while. It takes about another 2 years before it actually settles into place.
Even now, Kyle looks back at landing the part with genuine disbelief.
They liked the look. They liked her recommendation, so they brought me down, which is the first time I ever flown that someone else paid, right? It was great. The first time for everything, first time they had, my makeup was put on by these Italian makeup people, wonderful people. My hair was done, costume was there. They just kind of brought me in, did it, and took me away. And about 4 days later, I got the word that they liked the test, but they needed more because my hair wasn't right.
What was right for the role, though, is the boyish innocence Kyle exudes. After a second test, he got the nod.
And that's when real craziness broke out as far as contract and manager stuff and agent stuff, and everything just went wild. And
a magnitude you hadn't had to deal with in your career before.
Yeah. Suddenly I was meeting, I was going in for interviews with William Morris, APA, and these CAA agents that I would never be able to approach, except in the situation.
Kyle spent 9 months shooting Dune on location in Mexico. But because of all the special effects work, the movie won't be released until next Christmas.
Now, I want you to give a friendly sermon. And don't be afraid to be charming. There's nothing wrong with being charming. Be personal. Talk about yourself. For example, were you good in church?
No.
Even then?
What to do now? Well, Kyle has come back to the Northwest, back to the stage.
Trying to ground myself in the stage as much as I can between now and then. Pick up, learn, besides learning and stuff, just to keep myself into a world that I started in, I could flip myself totally out if I moved to LA now and started partying. I'd never do that anyway.
Kyle plays an idealistic young seminarian in the Tacoma Actors Guild production Mass Appeal. James Hildebrandt plays opposite, the worldly priest who sets out to enlighten his naive assistant.
What about after Mass? Where would you go after Mass?
The bakery.
Oh, really? Oh, that's more like it. That's nice. Now, what would you get?
Jelly donuts.
Oh, that is great. Now, that's just the kind of thing you have to go for.
People don't go to Mass to hear about bakeries.
Oh, Mark, I've been at this for a long time, and that's exactly what they want to hear, and that's what they're going to hear. The first Sunday, there's an opening in our calendar of Sunday events.
Does it occur to you from time to time that you may be enjoying your last days of anonymity?
Once in a while. Usually when I'm driving between here and Seattle. It's when reality starts to set in, Once I get here, then the show takes over.
And in the meanwhile, it's just a matter of keeping your own head screwed on straight?
I'm trying, I tell you.
Try to deal with all of these changes?
It keeps coming and going, and it's strange. Sometimes I'm fine, and I'm in here in Seattle and doing this. Sometimes I start to flip a little bit and start to go, I don't belong here.
What are your plans as you look to the future? What do you think you'll be doing next Christmas?
A lot depends on how the film is received, if it goes over and people go, who is that guy? Sort of like get him off the screen, then I'll go back to the stage and hopefully get better. If they like it, then I'll have a chance of doing another film.
You're prepared for the time when everyone's heard of Kyle MacLachlan?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Haven't thought much about it. Well, I thought about it, but, it's still, I don't know what to expect. I have to deal with it when I get there.